What's up, everybody? We're back with another reaction video, and today I've been trying to react to this thing forever. I got notified of this video, I think, because it came up in my recommended. I want to say it was a day or two after it had been posted, and I think this thing been out for like 3 months, I think now. But Logan the Wolf, a Wolverine fan film, and I figured, because at first I was like, well, fuck, I just look at it on my own, but I still haven't looked at it, and now my eye want to start tearing up when I start recording. But I was like, hey, Deadpool Wolverine movies coming out. Was it Deadpool and Wolverine? I wanted to say Deadpool versus Wolverine for some reason, but maybe because the trailers, a lot of them fighting each other. But I figured, what the hell, I see a lot of people, because I get a lot of like recommended of people doing reviews of the old X-Men movies now, because the movies coming out Wolverine, so they doing that, or they reacting to like Wolverine Origins, or I've seen people playing the X-Men Origins Wolverine game, stuff like that, which is a pretty awesome game. It's like a movie tie-in game, and usually those aren't very good, but that one's actually pretty good. But anyway, here we go. I said we need someone as violent as possible. Let's go back to the Viking age.
Wrath. I am chaos and violence. I am death and resurrection. I am Fenrir's fury.
I saw this up like this dude losing his mind. They gonna get the claws. You gonna do a spell? Oh, for a second I thought his eyes were just white. He's one of Wolverine's ancestors. For some reason, they also had metal claws during the Viking Age.
I've been waiting for you.
They come like,
Should I run?
You know we came to kick your ass, man.
I don't run away from miserable creatures.
I've heard a lot about you.
I wonder,
Stories are told
are these
about a
like
ferocious
Americans
wolf
doing accents, or are these like
women
actually like Scandinavian
and
people?
even slaughtered 20 of Gunnar's
Or
men.
maybe they could be Irish, for all I know.
Lies! Nothing more than fairy tales to scare little kids. Lord Otto put a bounty on your head.
But don't worry,
And
you
I
about
don't
to
give a
find out.
shit what they say about you or what you've done. We are here for the money.
I mean, if he killed 20 people by himself, I think you should be a little concerned. Like, I don't care about that. Like, if you don't believe it, I guess that's one thing. But I was still, like, in the back of my head, I'd be like, it might be exaggerated, but he might have killed a lot of people.
Are you sure it's worth it?
Such a leader, man. It sure is.
Oh, is he short like Wolverine is? Yeah, he's short.
I leave one of you alive.
He's not
so you can warn your sons
5'3".
about those
He's no
tales.
Wolverine.
Get him!
They said there's a bounty on his hand. They were like, why are they attacking him? Oh, okay. I was like, oh, he has a healing factor. I'm sure. Because he got stabbed directly through the center of his chest. Through the back. Okay, maybe.
So much for that. Take the body.
Oh no, you gonna kill this guy. Damn. Maybe they ain't got the budget to show him healing. Like, what the fuck? Okay, that's what they gotta show him healing at least once. Like, why did that seem so? Ugh, that made me. That made my
What
skin
kind of
crawl a
demon
little
are
bit.
you?
When they came out like
Logan, the wall.
they didn't come out like shing. They came out like
Kill him.
and they made that bone noise. Bone cracking noise. Damn. Yeah, just leave this man alone. Why'd you just start with that? No, do you not have any of the heightened senses, or can you read I like they showing that he can be overwhelmed. Oh. Wait, but did those break? Like, just stab him. I like that he's getting hit as well. I'm surprised this is able to be on YouTube nowadays, since they're trying to be so kid friendly. Well, I guess he gonna be the one you leave alive.
You freak.
Leave now and tell your kind about me. Tell your kind a new god will soon rule. Tell your kind a new era is upon them. Go now!
I'm like, how the hell you? I'd be like, how the hell you gave me metal claw? Ooh, this about to be saber tooth or something.
Impressive.
Like, he definitely ain't saber tooth.
If you're here for the bounty, just look at them and see your end.
Very promising. I've been watching you. You have something unique. That brings my attention.
What do you want?
I want you to join me. Together we would be unstoppable.
No man walking these lands can slay me. What would I be doing with you?
You know, we're not so different, you and I. We share the same aversion and repugnance for those.
Are they
animals.
Mutants? Okay, well, who's he supposed to be?
If we gather,
I don't need
Magneto or something this world?
Just go home. While you still can.
Hey, what is all this? Like, okay, he's the Magneto of this world. That's what I was like. Is he supposed to be Magneto or something?
see,
He like,
I am just like you, a god among the commons. But instead humans call us monsters. They fear us. They want us extinct. And trust me, they'll keep hunting us down and slaughter the ones we love until all our heads are onto their spikes. But we're about to change that.
Death isn't my concern. Mortal.
Mortal.
Last warning.
Wait, when those that claw come back? I thought they came off. Or did
That's a
he
shame.
he retract them?
I thought you'd understand.
You're going to die like the rest of them.
Show me.
Every time Magneto has fought Wolverine, as far as I know, he has utterly destroyed him. I know the famous, he ripped the adamantium out of his body and almost killed him. I guess he overloaded his healing factor. But I was like, even in this world, I'm like, these people still use metal. Of course, I would rather be, I almost said Magneto in modern day, or at least in the modern age, than to be, oh shit, did he kill him? Wait, are those metal claws? 'Cause I'm like, if he controlled metal, he should have just went at it. Oh, okay, I guess he didn't. He didn't defeat him. He think he beat him. But that would be it sounds so weird when you're talking. You can't hear yourself talk. With that, I wondered. I'm guessing they probably gonna do like a sequel to this. I guess maybe they were saying like how well it would do. So the production was actually pretty good. Like I'm curious that if his claws were metal, they look metal. God, I need to turn that off. Cause he keep auto playing the next thing. Cause I was watching a TV show, I don't know, like a week ago, while I was exercising, and I wanted to just play the next thing. Oh no, when I was exercising, when the power went out, we had a real bad like storm up here, and like a bunch of tornadoes and shit, and it didn't stop it, and the power went out, but I got a battery backup, so I was able to still watch TV. And I put on, I said, I got a bunch of TV shows, so I put on like Men in Black from the old 90s cartoon. Just watched it. I put on autoplay, so it just plays the next episode. So I fell asleep to that, but anyway, that was actually really good. I'd actually be like, stuff like this, I kind of wish they would do more in Hollywood. Like, I know you got rights. I will say, like, right now, what I'm seeing Warner Brothers doing, I know Warner Brothers kind of shit to bed since Discovery bought them. Well, mainly because they've been like just getting rid of a bunch of other stuff because they're trying to recoup that. What was it, like $70 billion or whatever they paid for Warner Brothers? I know they're trying to recoup that, but like, because I've been seeing a lot of their stuff on other platforms, and I like to see that. Like, I know, like on Netflix, I saw a bunch of DC stuff on there. I'm not sure about Warner Bros. I know DC, not automatically Warner Bros. Other stuff might have been on there from Warner Bros. But I know I saw like the Flash. I think it was I don't think it was Zack Snyder's version. I think it was Justice League on there. So I think it's a Man of Steel on there. I don't think it's on there anymore. But and now you got Amazon Prime doing that Batman TV show, the animated kind of like a little animated series, but it seems more like they're going with the Batman from like the 40s, or I think the 40s or 50s type, the way he looks. So I was like, that stuff seems interesting to me, where it's like, hey, we got somebody else, they doing their thing. We like, hey, we gonna still do, you know, Batman on our side because we own the IP, but we license it to off to some other companies. Hey, you can do whatever you want to do with that. Now maybe they like, hey, we're doing this storyline, so don't do this storyline, you know, or you can do your own independent thing instead of being like, no, you can't do that because we're doing something with them. So it's like with CW, like they had they was like, you can't have Batman in, what is that thing doing? It's like not focusing. It's like we can't have Batman be shown on Gotham because, you know, we're doing Batman stuff. So I'm like, you have a show with all the Batman villains, but they're interacting with a young Jim Gordon instead of Batman. But then you have a young Bruce Wayne here, and then they brought in Batman like at the very end, which I was like, fine. I mean, it's supposed to be a show mostly centered on Jim Gordon, which in the trailer we already knew, okay, they're gonna have Batman villains kind of coming about. You're like, well, how old are these villains? Because like Batman's like, at the beginning of the show, Batman's parents get killed, so you're like, he's supposed to be like, what, 12? And the Penguin is like an adult, even though I know they're older. Some of the people are older than Batman. I get that, but like, how much older? Like, because like, if you think of the lore, Batman Bruce Wayne becomes Batman like around 27, 28 years old, like after all the training and stuff he does. And you're like, well, okay, well, how old? If the Penguin was, I don't know, like 25 or something like that, you know, he's like, but then how old is fucking, like, so you know, I don't feel like doing the math on that, but you'd be like, then how old is, it's like, how old are these people compared to him? Then they had the Joker, but then the Joker came much later, where he was the actual guy playing Bruce Wayne was older. So, because of course, when you have kids, especially at that age, and they come back in between, you know, filming seasons, they have that growth spurt around that age because they're going through puberty. So he went from looking like, you know, a 12-year-old to looking like he's like 17 or something within like 2 or 3 years. But yeah, that was it's like, I like that when they just do random shit, like, hey, we gonna do this, they gonna do X-Men, but it take place during medieval times, you know, or we gonna do like the Avengers type thing, but it's gonna take place during, you know, on 3000 BC or something. I don't know. It's like, and you kind of have the characters in it. I mean, they do that in the comic books, where they do kind of like period. I mean, Batman did that with Batman by Gaslight. So it was like Batman in Victoria, England, going against Jack the Ripper, which, spoiler alert, happened to be Jim Gordon. But it's like stuff like that always. It's like I guess you could say, like, what if. Like, I always enjoy those what if, but they kind of capitalize on it. It's not like, oh, it's just this one like 30-minute episode, or like what Marvel's What If, or a short comic book run, or what if. It's like I kind of like when they capitalize on it. What if Wolverine was he was the first experiment for the super soldier serum, because he has the healing factor, he has the bone claws. I guess at the time he wanted metal. It's like, hey, what if we gave this guy a super soldier serum? What would happen? Like, because I know I think it was in a comic book where they were like, oh, Wolverine, of course, was alive at the time, and they was like, oh, he has like a reputation for going into battle and never coming out with a scratch, even though he is an intense battle. He's not one who's hiding. Like, this motherfucker is in the thick of it, and he somehow comes out unscathed. And he was like, huh, how about we bring him into the super soldier program, and maybe him and Steve both get it, or maybe he just gets it instead of Steve, and maybe instead he gets it and then Steve is his best friend, and Steve, it kind of follows the route of the Winter Soldier rather than Bucky. So it's like, Wolverine is the Steve Rogers, and then Steve Rogers is the Bucky Barnes, but then he becomes the Winter Soldier, and then Wolverine is like Captain America, probably minus the shield. They just have, unless they want to give him the shield, but I'd say he could just use his claws. But that'd be interesting to see. Like, what if you did the X-Men in the 20s, so 1920s? It's just like, I mean, they do that with DC all the time. Like, what if Superman crash landed in Nazi Germany, or what if Superman crash landed in the Soviet Union, or what if Superman crash landed in the middle of Metropolis instead of in Kansas? What would happen? What if Superman killed the Joker? They go to, it's like, I mean, it's always Superman. Or, I mean, they do Wonder Woman time, like, what if Wonder Woman wasn't born on Themyscira, or what if she wasn't the Wonder Woman, even though she's still an Amazonian or something like that. I mean, they do that with the Flash, with the whole Infinite Crisis. That was because he went back. They changed times. Like, oh, what would happen if Barry Allen didn't get struck by lightning and become the Flash? What events happen? And there's the fucking Amazonians and Atlanteans go to war with one another because Aquaman and Wonder Woman knocking boots, even though he's married to Mera, and then Wonder Woman kills her because she attacks her, and then they go to war, and it pretty much turned to a world war where everyone fucking dies, And then it also, in this world, instead of Thomas and Martha Wayne dying, Bruce Wayne dies in that alley, and Thomas Wayne becomes Batman, and Martha Wayne becomes the Joker because she has a mental break because her son died in front of her. Like, yeah, I would like stuff. I know it's expensive. I get it, especially like the way Marvel did Netflix. That shit was crazy to me. I was like, how these people, Netflix, yes, how you pay for everything. You hire the people, you pay the people, you pay for production, all that, and you have they say you can use what you pay for. I guess I don't know if they asked for it as a hey, these are the characters and they chose them or whatever. But you got Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist. And you put all the money for all the production. And after so many years, they can just be like, oh yeah, we own this now. That's crazy because because I remember when it was taking it off Netflix, I was like, what? Because a bunch of people I thought Netflix owned that, and they're like, no, it's a Marvel property which is owned by Disney. I'm like, yeah, but Netflix paid for everything. That'd be like after so long with Sony. That'd be like after so many years, if they're not doing anything, I guess, with the Spider-Man property, then they can just, now I know in that if they don't do anything, they can take the IP back, Marvel, or I guess Disney. But that'd be like them taking all the movies that they did. So, I'm pretty sure Sony doesn't have their own streaming service. But let's just say they did. That'd be like them, like, oh, all that Spider-Man stuff, all the IP for Spider-Man, yeah, we own that now. So you gotta give that to us, and we gonna put it on Disney Plus. Like, I'd be like, what? I mean, I guess people like agree to that deal because they're like, hey, we can make a lot of money. Yeah, we gonna have to give it back. Give them all the stuff that we made over the course of these years after so long, but we have made so much money that it'd be fine. I guess I see that, but that seems insane to me. Like when that happened with Netflix, I was like, how did they take Daredevil? They took all 4 characters, all those shows off, and it was like, yeah, you gotta come to Disney Plus now. That seemed insane to me. I'm like, especially you paid for all this. That's like it was Sony. They paid for all that and the Spider-Man stuff. Anything, I mean, Marvel, of course, comes in. I think they I don't know if they producers on it, but I guess they're like advisors. That way they can go back and connect with Marvel. So they're like, hey, this is what we doing. This is what we doing. So don't do nothing too crazy. Don't kill anybody off and shit like that because we doing this over here. So they gotta coordinate like that. But if they were like, yeah, after we gave you this IP, or we sold you this IP, or I guess you're licensing it 10 years ago, and after 10 years, everything that you've done just reverts back to us, and you can't have it on your platforms anymore. We own it now. Like that, I'd be like, that's a hell of a deal to agree to. I mean, I guess like I said, you thinking we can make so much money off of it in that time frame that, hey, after the 10 years, it won't matter because we've already made all the money. We had it on our platforms, or we sold DVDs or sold soundtracks. We have already done that, so it don't matter. And it can't be a 100% like, oh, we own everything. Now that has to be like, okay, we take this off of our platform and you can put it on yours, but it has to be like when people watch it, it has to be like a, I don't know what the split would be, but like, hey, you got to give us 50% of what, because I don't know what they get. It can't be 50%. Like if Netflix was like, hey, we'll pay the licensing fee for this. Now it's probably like a licensing fee rather than, hey, we want a split of what you make off of it. They're like, hey, you want Daredevil, it's gonna cost you the IP is gonna cost you, I don't know, $10 million for the IP, and then that's it. And then you don't get any additional money. Then like I said, and they said, but after 10 years, then everything reverts back to us. Like I said, it'd be one thing if just the character rights, like the IP, reverted back to Marvel. Like I said, that's like a standard thing. But to be like, yeah, also we take all the stuff you made. and that belongs to us now. But like I said, it has to be something. I can't see them agreeing to be like, yeah, everything we made, it now belongs to you after this time frame is up. So we don't get any money off of it now. And now all the money goes to you because it's on your, because technically, I guess you own it now. Like, I don't think I would ever agree to that. Especially being Netflix at the time. Because Netflix wasn't like some up and coming streaming service, you know. They was a big boy on the block. You know, Netflix throwing money at everybody to be like, yeah, we agree to, I mean, that's just. Now shows like Iron Fist, like, yeah, that show, I would, yeah, fine, you can take that. I was like, yeah, well, you can take that back. But the other ones, at least, I mean, I would say probably Daredevil was the best one. Luke Cage, like, second best. Jessica Jones was the third, and then Iron Fist was the fourth. But I don't know, Iron Fist, like, I remember watching that. I thought about doing a reaction to that, even though I've seen all of it. But I was like, I don't know if I feel like putting myself through watch Iron Fist. Because I watched the first season, I thought it was like, it was okay, I guess. And then the second season, I was like, oh. Like, he was, and at first it was, when I first saw the actor, I was like, I don't really like him as far as this acting as this character. But then when he was in Luke Cage, he was off in quality, but like, he was fine in Luke Cage. I was like, he was actually pretty good. I was like, he's good in this. I was like, why isn't he like this in his own show? And then they had what's his girlfriend? Is it Colin Wayne? Or that might be the actual woman's name. Like, I think her actual name might be Colin. I don't know. But she got the Iron Fist. I think she was. Then she had him in swords or something. Because I know he had him. He had like Iron Fist guns, which is the actual thing in the comic books. And I was like, oh, this kind of be interesting to see. But the thing is, it hadn't done well, so no one was really looking at it. So that was like, well, that's it for that. It's like, we ain't doing any more of these. But I was like, he was good in Luke Cage. You know, for those 2 episodes, I think it was like 2 episodes he was in. I was like, oh, maybe one episode. But I was like, he was good in that, you know. And then Daredevil, the first season was great. That was a great first season. Second season was like, I did feel that was like halfway through when they captured the Punisher. It was like, you know, it was kind of like, it was great the first half, and then the second half was like, and the third season I thought was actually really good. Not as good as it was better than the second season because as a whole. Now the part with the Punisher, I would probably just, it's kind of weird because if you say the first season is still at the top, if you say the second season, but if you like just base it on the first half, then that's still number 2. And then the third season, number 3, but it's still a good season. But if you basing it on the entire season, second season, the third season to me is in front of that. If you judging it season for season, because like I said, the second half of season 2 was kind of. But anyway, I've been talking for too long. Hope you enjoyed my reaction. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up button down below. Make sure to subscribe if you're new here. Hit that bell if you want to be notified when I upload new videos. Comment down below. Share this video. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.